Welcome, fight fans, to the Pugilist Place. I'm Lawrence Mejia. Thank you so much for being here today. We are lucky to speak with undefeated lightweight Ruben Torres, fighting out of South Central Los Angeles. Ruben, how are you?
What's up, man? Good morning. Everything's all right, man. Just taking it easy on a Sunday morning. We got training tomorrow morning, so it's another day, man. Thankful to be here. Thanks for having me.
Dad, thank you for spending some of your Sunday morning with us. Ruben, you'll be headlining Thompson Boxing Promotions We Are Back card on April 14th. It's been over 540 days since Thompson has held an event with a live audience. How excited are you to fight in front of a live audience on April 14th?
I'm very excited, dude. Just to have that energy, to have like all my family, my friends, and even new supporters to have the chance. They probably been like, I probably got discovered by some other fans or potential fans during the pandemic when they see me fight over the stream and stuff. So just to have everybody back and kind of be back to normal, like it's a great feeling, and I'm excited.
And so we're in this like new phase of the pandemic. Last year, gyms were closed. Fighters, if you could fight, were fighting inside of bubbles. This year, most gyms are open. Venues are opening up to full capacity crowds. But the virus is still very much a factor in the life of a boxer. And, we know this yesterday should have been Fury Wilder 3. George Kambosos' fight with Teofimo Lopez got canceled. So the virus is still an ever-present factor. How has your preparation been different this year as opposed to last?
Not that different, bro, to be honest. We're still, I'm surrounded by a lot of great athletes in my camp, like Arnold Barboza Jr. We're doing a lot of sparring with him, and Michael Dutchover, my stablemate, and he's had the same coach as me. He just came back from Texas, so as far as like being in the gym, it didn't really stop nothing. We at the beginning, like I said, it's been a while. It's been like almost over 2 years now, going into the pandemic, so. At the beginning, it was a little shaken up as far as like just figuring out where we're gonna train at, what gym, and this and that. But I'm pretty comfortable now. We've gotten a system down that's been working for us. I fought 3 times during the pandemic, so we were pretty busy, and we're ready, man. We're not letting the pandemic stop nothing. The only thing that really changes is just as far as going out to like family parties or your friend's birthday, you kind of got to like take a back seat to that stuff because you never know. And it's not trying to diss or anybody or like, oh, I don't know where you're at or anything like that. It's just like, I can't afford to not fight, you know what I mean? And being that it's the first show that's going to open up, like I have to be there, you know what I mean? It's like if I just don't take care of myself, then I'm going to be losing out. And then everybody who spent their money for the tickets and for the t-shirts and all that, like they're not going to get to see me. So it's like, it's just bigger than us. You know what I mean?
Right. And it's good that you realize that, because not only are you missing out on getting paid to fight, but you're also missing out on that experience, and everything's just getting pushed back. All your development is getting pushed back. So you're very smart for taking, the precautions and taking it serious. Even though we are different in a different place than we were last year, it's still very much important.
Yeah, like I'm not gonna lie to you. Like I've been to a couple of Dodger games since it's opened up and things like that, but and I haven't even got the vaccine, like me personally. So I mean, you just kind of take it day by day, and wear that mask whenever you can, and just look out for yourself, keep washing your hands, and just try to stay out the way of that stuff. Because now we got the Delta and all that, so it's crazy, man.
Right. Do you think that's something you may get in the future, the vaccine, just to protect yourself maybe from getting infected and losing a fight?
Well, to my understanding, I think people who got the vaccine can still catch it and spread it. It's just you don't feel the symptoms as much. And I actually had COVID last August, and I recovered pretty quickly. I don't really have any underlying conditions, and I'm healthy being an athlete and stuff. So it doesn't really bother me. I think as long as I don't need to. If I can still fight and if I can travel without it, then I probably wouldn't get it. I'll let the people who need it get it.
And as you mentioned, you were very active last year. You fought 3 times, twice during the pandemic, once right before it. What was it like to fight in the Thompson boxing bubble?
To be honest, it was kind of like sparring. Like you're getting paid for sparring. You know what I mean? The bubble was you can't once you check into your hotel, you're in there for like 2-3 days, and every day is just a test here, a temperature check there. You got to get a new bracelet every day to make sure that you're like on target with the temperatures and all that stuff. So, like I said, I was lucky that I was able to experience. I went through the experience a couple of times, so I kind of like got you got to find out what works for you and all that, but. I mean, it was nothing. The first time went the full distance, the full 8 rounds. That was my first time in the bubble. I'm not saying that that's why. Like my opponent was tough. He came to win, and then the second time was the first one knockout. So I felt like it was just like we were all over the place, but we made it work regardless.
I've been told by some boxers that they get in such tunnel vision that they don't even hear the crowd, like when they're fighting in front of an audience. And then other boxers who are like, nah, like I feed off the energy of the crowd. Which of those two types of fighters are you?
It depends how the fight is going, to be honest. But for the most part, I just be dialed in. Like after the fight, some people will ask me like, "Oh, did you hear me when I was saying this or when I was saying that?" And I just be like, "Nah." To be honest, nah. Like you hear it, but it's just noise. Like you're not really like taking it in. You know what I mean? It's just noise. And when you're in there somebody's trying to knock your head off, or you're trying to knock somebody's head off, like it's all just noise, man.
The pandemic has damaged a lot of fighters' careers due to inactivity, lack of opportunity, etc. Why are you going to emerge from the pandemic a better fighter than before?
I think just given the fact that we haven't stopped working, really. You know what I mean? We've been in the gym the whole time, and we were able to fight too. So while people were like, it's kind of like a motivational thing. I think if you don't have a date, it's kind of hard for some people to stay motivated. So being that I was busy, I was able to continue developing, continue getting new experience, and just work on my craft, man. Which is at the end of the day what we got to do to get better. Whatever you're doing, if you're not working at it, how are you going to get better? So I think just staying busy and being in the gym and being able to fight is what's helping me develop.
So you're trained by Danny Zamora. He's trained you since you're very young. Talk to us about how that relationship started.
I actually started training in Pico Rivera with Javier Gomez, and I had started maybe like two weeks after I started. The gym closed down. Like he just said stuff like, "Hey, the gym's about to close. We're gonna take the team," because there was like a few fighters in there that had been training with him already. And he was like, "We're gonna move over here to Santa Fe Springs if you want to roll with us." So it was like probably like 10 of us, 10, 12 of us. And we ended up going over there to where Danny was training at already in Los Nietos Park. And ever since that time we made that move, we introduced ourselves, and we just started going to that gym. Like from then on, I was probably like, I was like 9 years old, I want to say. I'm 23 now, so like 14 years ago. It was probably like 2007, 2008, around there. And then just being in the gym like every day, like you're after school. Everybody goes a separate way. Some people got track practice, some people got basketball practice. So I was going to the gym. So for a long time, like in my amateur career, at first, because I came with Javi, like Javi was working with me and taking me to spar and fight. And then as I started getting older, and my first fight was like at 10 years old. So then I started getting older and winning more tournaments and stuff like that. So then it was all right. Like, he kind of saw potential. And being that he was already training pros, he had been working with pros already. Like Yanni Perez, Darley Perez, Jonathan Romero, like all champions from Colombia. And Danny's actually the reason why I went to Thompson, because like he had been working with them for so long. So once it came time to like turn pro, he was just like, oh, he put in a good word for me, and the rest is history. They've been taking care of me ever since.
Describe Danny in 3 words.
Danny he's hardworking. He's how would you say? I don't even know the words. I'm gonna just say that if you're lacking on something, if you're not doing something what you're supposed to be doing, he's gonna let you know. He's cold like that. Like he don't care. He don't care who you are. He's gonna tell you where you're wrong. So a lot of respect for my coach Danny.
Absolutely. Tell us the meaning behind your nickname Ace.
Shit, it's not really nothing deep like that, man. It's just being that my name is Ruben Torres. You know, like we grew up like in the social media time, so it was kind of like I can never find a nickname that went with my name. Like, you know, I don't know, like it's hard to explain. So then I ended up just like going with Ace. I was into this artist, Tyler the Creator, and he would always like he had all kinds of nicknames, but he was always referred to himself as one of them was Ace, and it kind of stood out. So then I kind of like put it with my name, and then it stuck. And then like the homies just started calling me that in school, and then so like I'll come around and be like, what's up, what up, Ace, and shit like that. So when it came to the boxing, they were like, you need a nickname, man. Well, what's gonna be your nickname? And it was pretty much easier. It was just like, well, they already call me Ace, so I'm gonna just go with that.
That's cool because it's unique, and you see so many nicknames like reused, and Ace is unique. It's not something that a lot of people, I've never seen it before with a
right. Most people name their dogs Ace or shit like that. So it's all good though.
So Ruben, you're 15-0 with 12 knockouts. Are you still a prospect, or are you now a contender?
I think I'm gonna put my name up with contenders, man, because like I believe that on my best day, I could hang in there with the best of them at 135 for sure, and we'll see how it goes from there. But I'm trying to be known as a contender.
Your next fight will be an 8-rounder. How far away are you from fighting 10-round fights?
Not far at all, man. Not far at all. As long as we keep handling business in the ring and just staying focused, we're on our way up soon.
And so obviously you're a fighter who has a lot of upside. You have a lot of talent. You've blown out all of your opponents that you've faced. Have you truly faced any kind of adversity inside the ring?
Adversity as far as like just having a difficult time, or like have I been hurt in the ring? Like
either of those two?
I would say not in my fights, but in sparring, yeah, I've had some tough sparring. So like it's in the ring still. It's not in front of the crowd or being streamed online, but yeah, we're in there getting some good work, and it's part of the game, you know. Like it's boxing, so everybody's not meant to take these punches and stuff like that. So yeah, for sure. It's just days when you don't even feel like going to work out, you know what I mean? So it's all kinds of adversity, and at the end of the day, none of it really matters because you still got to show up to work and do what you got to do. So yeah.
Do you feel in any way that you're a victim of your early success, like that because you've been blowing out opponents since you've become a professional, that you're not getting that experience, like that resistance from certain opponents that will help you when your opponents step up in quality later on?
No, I think that the reason why, the reason why those fights had looked, I guess you could say easy and stuff like that, is because of the work that has been put in the gym that really nobody knows about. Because I'm not gonna lie to you, man. Like I've had my ass beat in sparring and stuff like that. So I know what it feels like to take a L, especially in the amateurs too. Like none of that matters. You don't get paid for none of that. And I wasn't undefeated my whole amateur record, so I definitely know what it is to lose. I know what it feels like to lose, and I know that I'm not gonna let that happen to me.
What was your amateur career like?
I had about like 70 something fights. I'm gonna say I won like about like 50 something of them. Probably lost like 15 around there. I won a lot of them were my like under 15, 16 because I stopped boxing when I was in high school, like my sophomore junior year. So before that, I was like winning tournaments like silver gloves. I made it to the nationals. I actually didn't go to the nationals. I had gotten sick, but you got to go to like districts, regionals, and stuff like that. So I was like getting up there, and winning Desert Showdown. I fought at the Junior Worlds in Reno. It's like an international tournament. I guess the winner of that tournament would go to fight like in Bulgaria or something like that. So it was like some pretty like intense competition. I know like a few of big boxing names, and I was in like tournaments with them, like fucking Ryan and Devin Haney and them. We were at the Junior Olympics in Alabama. Like as youngins, you know, like you don't know how far anybody's gonna go, but it's just like I was around. I wasn't a beast, but shit, I was around there for sure.
Yeah, 70 fights. That's like, that's a fair amount of experience for an amateur. Why did you take that break midway through your high school career?
Just being a kid, just not listening to what what life has planned for you. Obviously, I was good at it. Like I stuck out at this sport more than any sport. So, just being a kid, man, and wanted to have that freedom and live your life. My pops was I was like telling me don't stop, man. You can do something with this. So you could imagine how he felt whenever I stopped boxing. But yeah, I had stopped probably like sophomore, junior, senior year, and then I went to live in the Bay to go to school for a year, and then I came back, and then I started training again. So I was like, man, I don't even know what I'm doing with this school stuff. I'm out here taking loans out for what? Like just wasting my time really, and so I just like I'm gonna give it a go at this boxing thing, and we're here now.
I'm going to ask you about your education in a minute, but right now, what do you feel like is the strongest aspect to your game?
I think being that I'm pretty, I always get this that I'm tall for 135. So it's just being able to fight behind my jab and use my length is probably like one of my best attributes.
Okay, so you were accepted into a 4-year university. Do you mind sharing what that 4-year university was?
San Francisco State.
Wow. So you actually, wow. I was actually in graduate school up there at San Francisco State. Yeah. Like I lived in the Sunset District out there. That's cool. And how long were you there for?
It was about 7 months, like 7, 8 months. Yeah, I just finished the school year. So however long that was, and then I probably stood out there because I was like working and stuff too. So I had to put my 2 weeks in, and make sure I could move back home and all that. So yeah.
Wow. So the reason why that's interesting is because, those worlds are different, vastly different, the academic world and the world of boxing. And my question to you is, so you walked away from San Francisco State and to pursue your boxing career. Talk to me about how those two worlds and how you exist in both of those worlds. Cause you still go to school. You go to Cerritos College, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so you're still pursuing your education.
I kind of just really, for the most part, I just mind my business, man. Like I'm not going to school to make friends or to waste my time. Really, like I had to take night classes because we spar in the mornings and we train in the afternoon and stuff like that. So by the time I get to school, I'm just in class and I'm just like dead tired. Like I'm just sitting there like trying not to fall asleep and stuff. But it's something that you kind of got to do, you know what I mean? In these days, like who knows if I get injured tomorrow, you know what I mean? Like my career could be over just like that. So that's kind of just like something I keep in the back pocket and just really just keep it simple and what it is, just do your work, show up on time so your teachers don't give you no problems so you don't miss out on nothing. And that's pretty much it, man. It's just, you don't got to make it harder than it is. Just show up, do what you got to do, and then bounce. Like I'm not there for no extras and nothing like that. So
it's fascinating to me because college is hard enough by itself, and then when you add the fact that you have this promising career going on that you've built for yourself to like deal with all the demands of that career, and then in addition to college, that's just I can't even fathom that.
Yeah, so like at first I was like, man, I could do this, it's nothing. So I was taking like 3-4 classes and then still training full time. And then as I've gone on like further down, I'm like, man, I lucky don't got the time for this stuff. Because once it comes to like finals and midterms and all that, like it could be a lot. And to my luck, sometimes I get scheduled like the final will be like the day that I'm weighing in. And so like that week, the week that you weigh in, you know, you're like you're cutting weight, you're like barely drinking any water, so your teachers don't want to hear like, oh, I can't take my test because I'm cutting weight. Like they really don't give a damn. So being that that's how it is, like I kind of learned like to limit myself, like no more than like 2 courses a semester, just because you never know like what's gonna happen. Like say I have to fight in Arizona or something like that. Like how am I gonna show up to class and take the test and then take my and make it to the weigh-ins and all my interviews over there and stuff. So it's just like you got to figure out like how to balance it.
How do your professors react to that information, like knowing that you're a professional boxer?
Some of them actually like a lot of them embrace it because it's not something that they hear every day. So like I've had teachers like hit me up like, hey, how do I get tickets to your fight? Like I want to go to your fight, and others, you know, just like, oh wow, like that's cool, like that's amazing. And you get some that just like they don't even care about sports, so they're just like whatever, like just make sure you show up to class. So you get all kinds of reactions, but it's cool. I appreciate the ones who like actually like made an effort to, you know, try to motivate you and tell you to keep going, even though they don't really know what it's like. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because it's just such a different world from the academic sphere. It's
for sure.
Yeah, no, that's very interesting. Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
Just being a world champ for sure. And shit, hopefully I have my own house by then. Yeah, that's really like my main goals right now. I'm trying to get to the top of where I'm headed at, and I don't feel like I'm too far behind. Like I said, contender, baby.
That's right. And so, as you mentioned, you sort of, as we talked about, you fight out of the lightweight division. It's a division that's loaded with talent. Who do you see as being the top dog in that division?
Right now, I would say probably Loma. Probably Loma, but we'll see how he's gonna fight the Japanese dude that Teofimo had problems with. I can't think of his name right now.
Nakatani?
Yeah, he's gonna fight Nakatani, so we'll see how that. Oh, he beat him actually. He stopped him.
Just recently beat him. He's
damn,
really good.
Yeah, I would say to Loma for sure.
So if you could fight any one of those top fighters out of 135, who would it be and why?
I'll fight any of them, man. Just give me an opportunity. Like I said, on my best day, I could bang in there with any of them for sure.
So you just take any of them.
Yep.
So you have a big fight on April 14th. You're fighting Richard Zamora, who is 19-4 with 12 KOs. What do you know about him, and how do you plan to beat him?
I know he's rugged. I know he has experience, but I'm gonna just go in there and just fight my game and make him adapt to my game because I know I'm stronger. I know I'm better, and I just know that he's not gonna be able to be able to hang in there with me.
He fought Mario Barrios. Barrios knocked him out in the 4th round. Is that something that you think about when you go into the ring, like trying to look better than the opponents of some of the guys you're facing?
Nah, I'm just going in there and just focusing on what I've been working on and what I've been training to execute. So that's really what I've been worried about. The rest is, you know, like everybody's gonna have an opinion. Everybody's gonna say, oh, he didn't do this or he did do this. So I just go in there and focus on what I gotta do, man.
So boxers dedicate tons of time and energy, blood, sweat, and tears to refining their craft. What's your favorite thing to do away from boxing?
It depends. Like when I'm in camp, probably like play video games. If I'm not in camp, I'll probably just go eat with the fam or go to the beach or something, man. Just be outdoors because, like I said, when you're in camp, it's a lot of just chilling, you know. So whenever you get that time, that free time, like traveling is dope. So just anything outdoors, bro. Really.
How big of a gamer are you?
I mean, I don't got no Twitch and nothing like that, but the first thing I did when I woke up this morning was turn on the PS4. So, yeah.
That's good. I mean, it's like there's a lot of like reactionary stuff that goes on. People like sometimes people knock video games. They're good for like cognitive development and whatnot.
Yeah, I guess so. I don't know. I'm all right though. I'm not too crazy about it, but
yeah, just having a good time.
Yeah, exactly.
Thank you so much for your time, Ruben. Where can fight fans follow you on social media and watch your fight on August 14th?
August 14th, man, we're going to be at the Omega Price Arena in Corona, California. It's a Saturday. You can look on the website for the number to call, or I still have a few tickets left if y'all want to hit me up. My Instagram is Ace Got It, ACE_GOT1T. Ace Got It.
Thank you so much, Ruben. We look forward to watching you perform on August 14th. Thank you for your time.
All right, brother. Thanks for having me, man. You have a good day.
You too. Take care.